Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life.
Hey everybody, this is Brian Smith with the Iron Team series and your Daily Influence. Today we're going to talk about creating a culture of innovation and encouraging creativity on your teams. And, this is always a challenge because every single one of us has a different motivation that puts us in creativity mode. Some of us are self-inspired to come up with ideas and do things within our areas of influence, and others require a little bit more prodding or guiding or mentorship or leading. So we're going to try to give you some ideas and some tips on creating a culture of innovation so that your teams can begin to add more value through creativity. And the first thing you have to do, the number one foundation in this, is fostering an open communication environment. And we talk about this all the time. Encouraging team members and giving them a space to share ideas freely without having to worry about being judged or ridiculed or talked down to or not taken seriously. This means that we listen to learn from our teams. We listen to understand and mentor them. When they bring us ideas that may not fit into what we think, we need to really listen to those ideas. And if they don't truly fit, help them understand why and how they can apply their thought process to maybe a newer idea or engage with them to come up with a better idea. When we know and we feel like our voice is valued and our ideas are valued, we will give more. And that also creates equity, not only in the organization, but in the innovation areas of our companies. And the ground rules are respectful dialogue, active listening, and allowing us to use these things to maintain a productive and innovative environment where everybody has an opportunity to contribute and participate. We can support this also by leveraging our SMART environments. And remember, SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, relative, or timely. And leveraging that SMART environment to give us a approach that includes cross-training employees so they understand what's going on in our organization. When we cross-train within our organizations and people have a more dimensional understanding of what the organization does, they can engage more about our organization and what we do and bring us ideas to make things better. I just had an interaction with a client's team member. We're working on an inventory control program, and they're not really inventory control specialists, but when we put it into a level of understanding where they can share with us their thoughts on how they deal with inventory themselves, what works, what doesn't work, what frustrates them, and we listen to those things, we can innovate and bring new perspectives together. And when we train them how to critically think in areas that they don't normally have to deal with things, they look at problems in a different way. And they come up with innovative solutions on their own. And it becomes a task that they repeat over and over and over again. And within this cross-training idea, when we establish continuous learning and improvement opportunities for our teams, when we give them the opportunity and the time to educate themselves, educate others, work with others on improvement for themselves and their areas of influence, then we are establishing a continuous learning, a continuous improvement organization. And when we do this and we provide for this, we create collaborative spaces and collaborative time where it brings people together to talk about and work on these issues. And they don't always have to be formal, they can be informal. They can be impromptu. They don't have to be scheduled. When we provide for these areas of influence and these areas where people can talk with one another, these things happen off the cuff and regularly. Collaborative spaces and collaborative time do not need to be something that are wholly structured. These ad hoc, off the cuff conversations are where a lot of really good innovation comes from. And it's also where we see a lot of collaboration between team members who might not normally work with each other. And finally, when you see somebody and somebody brings to you something that is of value, an idea or a process or a procedure, or even a way or a level of understanding that wasn't previously had because of their input, recognize it and reward it. People like to be recognized for the work they do. And when you do this publicly, consistently throughout the organization, more people will contribute. You will have more motivated team members who will begin to think more creatively. When we recognize, they will feel valued, and you will have a culture of innovation that feels encouraged, that creates together, that solves problems, and that works towards continuous improvement for themselves and for your organizations. I hope that we've left you with some ideas on how to foster and create a culture of innovation within your areas of influence at your organizations. Encourage creativity on your teams. Encourage creativity individually. Provide that foundation, that level of open communication and collaboration that brings this together and can help move your organization to whatever next level is for you in your areas of influence. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast. We look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Have a good day.